Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your June 2022 general reading. We're looking at the first half of June from the 1st to the 15th. This reading is for the air sign of Aquarius. Welcome everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you as always for taking the time to watch the videos on my YouTube channel, for your likes, shares, subscribing, support, comments. Those of you who reach out for personal readings, always a note of gratitude for that. Okay, Aquarius, this reading is for you for the first half of June 2022. That's if your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign is in Aquarius. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for an Aquarian. But as we always say, it's a general reading, so of course it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. If you know all of your signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, watch each of them because they can provide additional insight and perspective. And if you find that something does resonate with you enough that you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, perhaps take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else. Personal readings do make great gifts. Feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. You can also get that contact info by clicking on the description link. I'd be delighted to hear from you. And I can usually respond the same day with more information. I do offer quite a wide variety of readings, and I'm pretty timely about scheduling, so email me if you'd like. Okay, Aquarius. I am using the Tarot of Dreams, clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. Okay, we begin with the Nine of Wands, perhaps feeling a bit discouraged. The Nine of Wands is called the Wounded Warrior card. In other decks, he's sometimes portrayed as standing up, leaning on a staff with a bandage around his head. He's obviously been through quite a bit. It implies you've been through quite a bit. And here's one more thing. And you're like, oh, God, can't I just be done yet? Feeling discouraged, maybe feeling like giving up. But it's also being close to the end of a difficult cycle because the number 10 in the tarot represents completion or cycle achievement, the fulfillment of a cycle. So here at the 9, you're very close to being at the end. With the Seven of Swords, but maybe you're not telling anybody about this. This is all running through your head, but you're not talking about it. The Nine of Swords, I sometimes refer to affectionately as my sneaky thief card because it represents concealment or behind the curtain or keeping things concealed, or secret. It's not necessarily a bad thing. We all operate off the grid sometimes, right? There's something to be achieved or gained, but you feel like you need to keep it to yourself, at least for the time being. This is like you're feeling like you're thinking maybe about giving up on something. You're just maybe not talking about it just quite yet. Fair enough. But don't hold in too much for too long. It's not healthy. Next, we have the Four of Swords, retreat, withdrawal, recovery, recuperation. This card usually shows up when somebody's just feeling overwhelmed and exhausted. They're taking some time off, or they need to take some time off because they're just tired. Next to the Nine of Wands, yeah, it feels like you're just exhausted with something. Let's see what's with that Four of Swords. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Love, charging forward just spontaneously, impulsively. Here's my love, here's my support, here's my encouragement. Quite freely and quite blatantly. Maybe you guys are tired of giving. You're tired of contributing. You're tired of giving, maybe giving so selflessly and freely. Maybe it's not being returned, or there's nothing to show for it, or you feel depleted. Like, that's the whole energy of this so far. Aquarius, is that you feel depleted from giving, which means you're not getting that well replenished on a regular basis. Next, we have the Chariot. It can represent success on a difficult path, or that success can only be achieved by persevering at all costs, no matter what happens, getting up and staggering on. With the Three of Cups, parties, social energy, kindred spirits, positive connections in your community. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus is the Fool, starting a brand new journey. The Fool has a 0 on his card because it's the very first major arcana card. This is where a whole brand new journey starts. It can also represent just stepping off into the unknown and taking a chance and trusting in the universe. And sometimes it can represent doing something foolish. It's quite clear to me here, Aquarius, that some of you are just feeling so just tuckered out, exhausted, drained, depleted, maybe taken advantage of. And you're just thinking of bagging the whole thing and just starting over something new, or starting a new life, or doing something that you don't normally do, maybe just withdrawing from the situation completely. Let's clarify a little bit. Let's clarify the Fool. The Four of Swords again. Yeah, you're worn out. You're thinking, I need to start over somewhere else or with something else, or I just need to withdraw myself out of this completely. You might be thinking of just taking off for a while. Let's clarify the Nine of Wands. Feeling tired, discouraged, ready to give up. The Eight of Swords, but feeling held hostage, feeling like you can't change, feeling like you can't get off this roller coaster. You can. I mean, Swords is governed by the element of air, which governs our intellectual landscape, how we think, our belief systems, ideologies. So you feel trapped by something here. Justice, maybe what you see as the right thing, or moral obligations, especially if you're giving to somebody who's, well able to give back and they're not, or you're taking care of someone who's able to take care of themselves but they're not, but maybe there's a moral or familial family obligation here, and you feel like you can't withdraw because you're related, or you're committed, or you're married, or something of that sort, but you're not getting back. So Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, reflection, taking stock, taking inventory, trying to figure out what to do based on what you have invested in this and what you've gotten back. And the Ace of Pentacles, brand new beginnings, maybe practical ones, maybe a new job, if this is a job situation or a project situation, or moving or relocating. You're looking at what you've invested in this situation, whatever situation, relationship, whatever it is. Taking a look at what your efforts have gotten you, and asking yourself, okay, can I make it better? Should I just accept that this is the way it is? Or should I take what I can and move on? But Seven of Swords, you're not talking about it just quite yet. Clarify Seven of Swords. The Tower, major endings, major profound endings. The Ten of Swords, surrendering to a painful ending. Yeah. You're thinking of giving up on whatever this is. I mean, it could be a work situation, a project situation, could be a relationship, and relationships of all kinds. Could be marriage, any other kind of relationship, really. It's like you're giving, or bailing out over and over and over again, and you're just too depleted. Clarify Four of Swords. The Eight of Cups, leaving, walking away, turning your back on something which has proven to be unfulfilling. Knight of Cups, tired of giving, tired of loving, tired of being so free with all the love, support, and encouragement. The Three of Swords, heartache, heartbreak, breakup. The Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving. But perhaps giving and not giving very much back. Breadcrumbing. The Eight of Pentacles, lots of work, nose to the grindstone again. This is either some kind of relationship or a work thing. Well, it's all relationship, right? You're just like at the end. Clarify the Chariot. The Ten of Wands, being at the end of a very difficult path, feeling overwhelmed, it is time to drop this burden and surrender to it. Clarify Three of Cups. The Three of Cups again. The Hierophant, convention, tradition, institutions, establishment. It may be for some of you that you need to depend more on outside resources and the help from family or good friends or connections in your community. It might also be if you're involved in something that's very philanthropic or just some situation where you feel like you're giving over and over and over again and you're being taken advantage of because whoever or whatever you're giving to is just living their own happy life, taking everything you have to give, but it's not really making much difference and they're not giving back. Might be some combination of that. But the overall fundamental theme is the same here, regardless of how the specific details play out in your life, because this is a general reading. It's like you're fed up, you're done, you're depleted, you're standing in the bottom of your own well in like 2 inches, there's not much left. And you're thinking, I think it may be just time to move on here. You may be making plans to do that, or maybe taking a step back to contemplate doing that. Let's end with some advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit for these first 2 weeks of December. Sorry, June. I don't know why I said December. June. First 2 weeks of June. Maybe some of you are thinking about making plans that will take effect in December. But advice, guidance, feedback for Aquarius for the first 2 weeks of June. The Four of Pentacles, the Miser card. This is a card of withholding, not sharing, not giving out, because you want to keep you want to ensure your own stability and safety first. Spirit is saying, stop giving out. Stop giving so much. Stop it. Take care of yourself. Death. Something needs to end. The situation either needs to be utterly transformed, which it looks like it's not your job to do because you've already been doing it, or it needs to end once and for all. The Queen of Pentacles, very capable, practical, resourceful, giving person, service-oriented person. That needs to stop. You need to stop being that person in this situation. Two of Wands, Three of Wands. This is about making decisions to prepare yourself and lay the groundwork for a better future for you. And making decisions to do things that lay the groundwork also implies that any final endings or separations are in the near future, but this is about planning, not leaving so spontaneously that you're not prepared, but actually doing it in a practical way. Interesting reading. Okay, Aquarius, those are your messages for the first half of June. I hope they were useful or helpful to you, validated what you're already thinking or doing, or gave you some food for thought as well. Again, if any of this resonates enough that you would like to maybe take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. You can also get that contact info by clicking on the description link. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the June mid-month reading. Stay safe and well until then. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.